afternoon, Central State, and welcome to Marauder Land News Update, first newscast of the spring semester 2025. I'm Mycah Pollard.
And I'm London Lennon.
How you doing today, London?
I'm doing good, Mycah. How are you?
Doing very well. Excited for our first newscast of the new semester.
I'm very excited.
This week, Central State hosted Career Readiness Week at the University Student Center led by the Office of Career Services. Students got the opportunity to have their resumes reviewed, how to make their LinkedIn accounts more presentable when they're looking for jobs, participated in mock interviews, but most importantly, preparing them for the Career Expo next month.
We want students to be focused on developing their professional skills and really elevating so that they could begin applying for internships. It goes so fast. I'm sure you know that January flew by, and before you know it, we'll be looking at May, and students need to have their internships secured.
You should be engaged and looking out to see like what you need to do, what needs to happen, because like coming in, some people don't know, and having these tools here, like Career Readiness Week and things like that, and career services also, like just having those tools here so that you can understand what it's like to be transitioning from like high school into college and also into the workforce.
The Career Expo will take place on February 26th and 27th at the University Student Center Ballroom. For more information, please contact Office of Career Services Director Lisa Dunn at 937-376-6218 or email her at ldunn@centralstate.edu or visit the Office of Career Services in room 217 inside the University Student Center.
As we celebrated Martin Luther King Day last Monday, we wanted to get the students' perspective on the man who rose to the occasion to give African Americans the freedom and rights we have today. Here with us is Aspen Smith to discuss more about MLK. Hi Aspen, how are you on this lovely Friday?
Hello, I'm good. How are you?
I'm good.
I felt it was important to interview students to hear their thoughts on MLK's insightful quotes and impacts that he has on our society. So London, what did you think of the quote?
I think the quote means it's easier for a man to sit and wallow and do nothing than it is for a man to stand up for what he believes in.
I like that. I feel like for me, it's more about what you're doing when no one's watching than what you're doing while everyone's watching.
Smart.
Thank you.
With it being the winter season and freezing temperatures, many Americans are getting the flu and cold each year. One well-known cleaning and disinfecting company recommends several tips on how to avoid catching the cold and the flu. According to Lysol.com, they recommend that you wash your hands regularly, disinfect your home and surfaces and furniture with disinfectant spray or wipes, steer clear of anyone who is coughing or sneezing, get plenty of rest, and eat plenty of fruit and vegetables as it gives you a boost to your immune system. You can find more tips on avoiding the flu and cold by visiting www.lysol.com.
For the first time ever, on the Marauder Land News Update is our International Corner, where we give students, faculty, and staff a chance to tell us the news happening around the world. Here's our very own Mycah Pollard.
I'm very excited about going over this segment because it really gives us the opportunity to talk about the Black experiences happening all around the world.
Yes, that's very important.
Very
especially
important.
since you don't hear about it a lot.
Absolutely, and that's why we're here to bring you those news. Hola, bienvenidos a nuestro primer segmento del Rincón Internacional. Soy su anfitrión, Mycah X. Estamos orgullosos de brindarle la perspectiva de nuestros hermanos y hermanas de la diáspora. En la historia de hoy, 4 niños afrolatinos, Ismael Arroyo, de 15 años, José Arroyo, de 14 años, Steven Medina, de 11 años, y Nehemías Sual Arboleda, de 14 años. Fueron encontrados muertos cerca de una base militar ecuatoriana en Tuara. Desaparecieron a principios de diciembre mientras jugaban fútbol en las afueras de la ciudad costera de Guayaquil. Las imágenes de vigilancia que supervisan una carretera parecen mostrar a miembros del ejército colocando a la fuerza a 2 de los niños en una camioneta como parte de su operación de guerra contra las drogas, que según los lugareños afecta desproporcionadamente a las comunidades afrolatinas, según The Guardian. Después de que las imágenes comenzaron a circular, aumentó la presión de la comunidad para que se iniciara una investigación. En Nochebuena se encontraron 4 cuerpos gravemente quemados cerca de la base militar de Tuara y los forenses confirmaron que se trataba de los 4 niños desaparecidos. La comunidad local adoptó el nombre de los niños como Guayaquil 4 y ve esto como un momento similar al de George Floyd en los Estados Unidos. Hasta el momento, el fiscal general ha ordenado la detención de 16 militares. Lo mantendremos informado sobre esta historia en desarrollo y gracias por quedarnos en sintonía.
Good afternoon, Central State. I'm Aliyah Ferguson, and welcome to your Marauder Sports Report, the only sportcast guaranteed to bring you stats and smiles. Central State's men's and women's basketball teams faced off against Lemoyne-Owen College on January 25th, 2025. And let's just say we took care of business. Let me hit you with the stats. The Central State Lady Marauders locked down a 68-53 win over Lemoyne-Owen in SEAC action at Beacom Lewis Gymnasium. After a sluggish start, trailing 15-8 after the first quarter, the Marauders flipped the switch and outscored Lemoyne-Owen 22-5 in the second, taking full control. That's what we call a wake-up. Zaya Rolak led the way with 12 points on 5 for 8 shooting, adding 6 rebounds. Deshanti Miller and Layla Christman each dropped 10 points, with Kreisman grabbing a team-high 8 boards. Meanwhile, Michaela Williams came off the bench with 11 points, proving that depth wins games. Central State dominated the glass, out-rebounding Lemoyne Owen 48-45 and capitalizing on turnovers for 21 points. At the free throw line, absolute money. 20 of 23 for 87%. Meanwhile, Lemoyne Owen's Kennedy Fuller put up 14 points, but her team struggled, shooting just 29.3% from the field and a painful 19% from deep. With this win, Central State moves to 8-9 overall and 7-5 in SEAC play. Up next, another chance to rack up some W's. And now for the men's game. The Marauders said lead, never heard of it, and dominated from start to finish, defeating Lemoyne Owen 86-69. Ramar Pryor led the charge with 18 points, while Javante Randall went full perfection mode, scoring 15 points on a flawless 7-for-7 shooting. Khalil Luster also made it rain with 13 points, including 3 from beyond the arc. The Marauders started hot, outscoring Lemoyne Owen 38-26 in the first half and keeping their foot on the gas the whole way. They owned the paint with 54 points inside and turned defense into offense with 17 points off turnovers. With this dub, Central State moves to 9-12 overall and 6-7 in SEAC play, looking to keep the momentum rolling in their next matchup. Ladies and gentlemen, the action didn't stop there. The Lady Marauders took on Simmons College on January 29, 2025, and dominated with a commanding 81-59 win. They started slow, but once they got going, it was lights out. Nadia McCown was unstoppable off the bench, leading with 16 points on 5-for-7 shooting, including 3-for-4 from deep. Abigail Peterson contributed 11 points, knocked down 2 threes, and grabbed 4 boards. Layla Kreisman dominated the glass with 13 rebounds and chipped in 7 points. Diamond Phillips did a little of everything, 9 points and a team-high 6 assists. Central State owned the boards, out-rebounding Simmons 51-41 and scoring 38 points in the paint, compared to Simmons' 20. Bench players showed up in a big way, contributing a jaw-dropping 59 points. For Simmons, Asia Cochran led all scorers with 17 points, while Morgan Defor struggled, shooting just 4 of 19 from the field. With this win, the Marauders gained serious momentum heading into their next game, and if they keep playing like this, opponents better watch out. Switching gears to the men's game against Simmons College, same story, different game. The Marauders controlled this one from the start to finish, locking in a 75-57 win. Brandon Scott was on fire, leading with 17 points and draining 5 threes. Ramar Pryor added 12 points, hitting clutch free throws, and Javante Randall put in work with 8 points and 6 rebounds. Defense was key. The Marauders held Simmons to just 30.6% shooting for that game. Jaden Schooler tried to keep them afloat with 11 points, but the Falcons just couldn't keep pace. Meanwhile, Central State's depth proved to be the difference, with 28 points coming from the bench. With this victory, the Marauders evened their record at 10-10 and geared for a crucial SEAC matchup against Kentucky State this Saturday at 4 p.m. You won't want to miss out. Now, let's talk volleyball. On that same day, January 29, 2025, history was made at Beacom Lewis Gymnasium as Central State hosted USC in a groundbreaking men's volleyball match. It was the first time a Power 5 university played at an HBCU, and let's just say the Trojans came to play. For Central State, Tyrone Sands and Tolman Williams III put up a fight, combining for 17 kills, while Adam Shepard dished out 20 assists. But USC's size and depth proved too much as they hit an impressive .493, meaning nearly 50% of their attacks turned into points. Pure efficiency. Meanwhile, the Marauders struggled to find their rhythm, hitting just .127, showing how tough USC's defense was all night. Despite the loss, this was a huge milestone for Central State. The Marauders will bounce back against Wabash this Friday, January 31st, 2025 at 7 p.m. Let's pack the house and show them some love. That's it for Sports Central State. Keep showing up and showing out. Back to you, London and Mycah.
Thanks, Aliyah. With Black History Month only a day away, we decided to dedicate our quote of the day for the entire month of February to African American icons that made a huge impact in our everyday lives.
I say to you, my friends, in spite of the difficulties and frustrations in the moment, that I still have a dream, by Martin Luther King Jr. What do you think about that quote, Mycah?
I think it's a very timely quote, considering that everything that we are experiencing in this political climate, that despite the regressions and some of the things that we're seeing, we must always have hope.
Wow, that's beautiful.
That's all we have for our Marauder Land news update.
Don't forget to follow us on our Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube pages for all things on and off campus. And remember,
We're here for you, CSU.